What if I just let
It just never started it.
just never started it, just let it play forever?
Oh wow.
We were bombing.
Welcome to episode 25. It doesn't matter the color of hair, it still hurts just as bad. I'm Brian.
What?
That's a reference to Dolly Parton's track on Beyonce's
Cowboy
new
Carter.
album.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
The music's still playing, by the way.
I know.
Oh.
This is the intro.
All right. Let me see. Mine is you can. Sorry, Shannon. You can never trust anybody with the name Shannon, because if you let them shenan once, best believe they're gonna shenan again. I'm TJ.
That was too much. Plus,
And you thought you missed me, but
Shut
I'm
up.
Liz.
Yay!
I'm back, baby.
back, baby. Well, we're a little unhinged tonight.
Mhm.
We're that's
Casual.
what staying in the house for too long will do to you.
Yeah, we were working a lot today. We just stayed in the house.
Welcome, everyone.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you. Somebody gets my sense of humor.
Tanya thought that was hilarious. Welcome in. Welcome back, Liz. Liz was
Thank you.
absent because she was dying, and then she had work.
She was
and
sick.
Now she's back.
The sickness
Explain
has
yourself.
been real. I'm still feeling a little under the weather, so I apologize for my voice if you hear me mute.
Actually,
and
you sound better than you did this morning, actually. So.
it comes and goes. It definitely comes and goes. I think when I'm sitting for a long time, the congestion comes right back. But you normally when I talk to you in the morning, I'm fresh on the day, so
Gotcha.
not too good. But no, it feels good to be back. I'm excited to chat through our list of things for everyone. And it's April Fool's. I was gonna try and play a prank or a joke,
Oh.
but
We've seen
already-
too many
really
of
have
those.
any good ones.
I've already established my feelings, and it's really not necessarily like, okay, a good April Fool's joke is fine, like between people or,
Mhm.
but I am so tired of these companies coming out to play for April Fools, and some were posting yesterday their April Fools. I'm
Too
like,
much.
it's too much.
Too soon.
It's one day. You have a window of maybe 4 or 5 hours to do something for April's Fools. And
Yeah.
really, the companies just let it be. You're not cute and you're not funny, especially when you're not announcing anything on a regular basis that's good. So that's why I said on my
Tell 'em.
stories, like, Universal, kudos to you. That was cute and funny, but Universal's coming through and doing it. So you guys get to have a little fun. But the rest of you guys, I just stop with this. Just stop. So anyway, that's my feeling on that. And don't let TJ fool you. He's also had the same rolling the eyes today with these
Well,
companies.
yeah, because at first I forgot it was April Fool's, and I saw like the first few, and I'm like, oh, haha, hee hee. But then there were some that just absolutely made no sense. Like we just saw one where somebody said that Disney and Universal were merging, and they were gonna have one property, and it was like, all right, you're
That's
doing
so
too much.
stupid. Just
Mousetrap
stop.
News. They're the worst.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't
it's
there.
funny,
It was
but,
the
like,
Orlando Reel.
I wasn't
Oh.
gonna say who it was.
Oh, I'm gonna
Um,
say who it was because it's out there public. They the ones who did it. Oh my god, just y'all.
But I've had clients send me like Mousetrap News videos. Like, is this true?
Yeah,
Me
thinking
too.
it was
I'm
real.
like-
I have
There's
I have
so many people,
followers.
Sweetie. No,
I have followers that have done that. I'm like,
it's fake.
and then I'm like, Mousetrap News. Do you know how much time that I have to put into?
To
And
fix
that's
it.
that's the whole reason that they're doing it. But like, whatever. All right, let's move on from all this.
Anywho's.
But we had a nice weekend. So happy post Easter. We did brunch at the boathouse.
Yeah, with some friends.
Shout out to Kyle and Jonathan. They might be here tonight. But let me just say, for a pro tip for the boathouse, and not to be negative again, but if you're going to the boathouse, make sure that you request a table that is not in the bar area, specifically not close to the piano players, because if they're playing live, you will not be able to hear the people at your table. Now, if you don't want to talk to the people at your table and you just want to have stare at them from across the way, by all means, sit by the live musicians. But if you want to have a nice, relaxing brunch, go to the main dining room or outside.
was
Also,
actually nice yesterday too. Yeah,
we should have sat outside.
yeah.
Also, the chairs
And that room are really
in that
uncomfortable.
room, yeah, are like the most uncomfortable chairs. They definitely don't want you to stay for long in that room.
They sure didn't.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
How was
Just
the
any
food?
other.
it was good.
Yeah. What
Great.
I had a
I had the mahi mahi.
crab cake eggs Benedict.
Hmm.
It was very good. Yeah.
The mac and cheese was pretty good.
And their espresso martinis are always good.
Yes, and then I had the mahi mahi sandwich, and it was good. It was
looked
very
good,
good. It was good.
Hmm.
Yum.
And then we walked around Disney Springs a little bit, and then we didn't really stay there that long. And it really wasn't as crazy as I thought it was.
For that weekend.
It wasn't as crazy as that time last year when we went, Liz. When it was just Disney ditched security and just let there be a free for all.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was never again.
Mom's here,
Hi,
and
Mom.
they had crazy
Yeah,
weather
what crazy
predictions
weather?
Oh
today,
yeah.
like
And
large
didn't I
hail and stuff. I don't
Ooh.
know.
how's the impact? Was there like any impact from that? Wasn't there like a barge that hit not similar to Baltimore, but like similar enough for like another boat hit a
Yeah.
bridge in I think Tulsa, right?
I didn't know where it was, but I did see
Really?
something
I
like
think
that.
it was
Yeah.
Tulsa, but I don't know
Okay,
if there
well
was
then
like
that leads
larger
us
impact.
to what the movie that we watched last night,
Oh.
which was what was it called?
It was on Netflix. You just looked it up.
The Julia Roberts movie on Netflix.
End
Yep.
of days, end of days,
Um,
something, right? Is that what
Leave
you
the
said?
World Behind.
Oh,
Was it
my bad.
produced or directed by?
Produced by the Obamas.
Mhm.
Produced by Michelle
Oh.
and Barack Obama.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it's basically like a what do you call it? Anyway, TJ, you can
Kind
keep
of like
talking.
a sci-fi thriller.
It's like
Basically,
Day After Tomorrow.
pretty much like what would happen if, like we lost technology and it was the end of the world, that type stuff. But like much more
apocalyptic psychological thriller is what Wikipedia classifies the film, and I would say that
Yeah.
that's. Thank you, Nate.
Like-
Thank you,
Like Bird Box.
Nate. I guess
yeah,
kind of.
not that advanced though.
Mm.
As, like,
Bird
in the
Box
timeline.
was more entertaining to me, and more like that's the one with
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought Bird Box was a little bit more like interesting in terms of the
Mhm.
way they dealt with it. So that movie to me is a little bit better, but this movie I thought was still
I'll have to watch it.
thought-provoking, and then the way that we interact with each other, the way that
You perceive other people.
yeah, the way that we look for things or ways out, but the way out might be right in front of us.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how it ends, because
Okay.
at the end it was their way out, and that's where they were going to finish their days, basically.
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah, so the Tesla scene, and we'll leave it at that. So the Tesla scene really kind of makes you think about that and what we're getting ourselves into. So there was like little touches of that in the film.
Mhm.
I thought Julia Roberts was pretty good. I was kind of like, her character annoyed me a little bit because her character is negative, but she's
Yeah.
negative for a reason, because
She's trying to look out for her family.
but it's also a commentary on people and why you're
society,
being
yeah.
so negative. Like,
Mhm.
we don't need to be, because really, if you think about it, there was no bad guy.
No, yeah.
And so we should probably stop talking. So if you think about the film and a little bit more, like, there was no bad guy.
Mm-mm.
It was very psychological. So anyway, definitely recommend. It's not scary.
Some parts, maybe like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say gory, but
it's not gory.
on that
Yeah.
cusp of it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not.
Everyone's homework is to watch it before next Monday, and
Okay.
then we'll
Yeah.
talk through
Gotcha.
spoilers. We'll
Well,
give
we've already
ourselves a
done our
week
home-
to do it.
We've done our homework.
Mhm.
You're prepared for class.
So today, and not today, this week
Mhm.
is TJ's birthday.
Yeah, it's on Thursday,
Yay!
April 4th.
Not
I
April
literally
1st.
panicked. I'd like to think that I'm a good friend, a great friend even, but I was remembering as soon as you
You
said
are.
this time last year, I'm like, oh my God, TJ's birthday.
Oh.
And did I not wish him a happy birthday? I'm like, oh my God, what
Hmm.
is wrong? Like
You were here, Liz.
Mhm.
I was sweating.
Weren't you here? No, you weren't here.
Well,
Yeah, she
we
was
had
the
the party.
30th.
Yeah, we had the party
God, that feels
before.
It does feel
his
so long
birthday.
ago.
that feels long ago.
I think it's because we've had so many parties here since then,
Yeah.
which is
And
a good
we had
thing.
the
But yeah,
your birthday party was before you actually had your birthday.
That's
but
what
I
it
just
was,
remember
yeah.
that the party was at the
Yeah.
end of March, and I'm like, oh my God, was his birthday the 30th? Like, was that his actual? Anywho,
No, you didn't miss it.
this ain't Texas. It's okay. We're fine.
Mhm.
And
Thank
today
you.
we're going to talk about things that are coming still in 2024 in Orlando.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I have a lineup. I think we have 15 line items here.
A lot of new stuff. Yeah.
One of the line items is Horror Nights. Will be kind of a broader topic and all speculation,
Mhm.
fan speculation. Nothing from Universal has released yet. Though I think in the next like 2 or 3 weeks we will have our first tease of it, because
Yeah.
I believe middle to end of April last year is when the first tease came out for Horror Nights. So we will talk about that a little bit just to have fun and speculate. And so the other things are just things that are coming. Some of it is still left over for the pandemic that are reopening.
Mhm.
And as they're reopening, they're being kind of reimagined as well. So this is not just the parks, it is outside of the parks. And I'm trying to look here. It's pretty much all attractions area. It's
Mhm.
not too much that's outside of the attraction, maybe a couple of things.
Yeah.
So the first one might be considered out of the attractions area. So this, and I do have slides for every single
We
one.
have visuals.
Visuals.
Pictures.
This is a visual show. So the first one, this is taking over this pickleball thing.
Mhm.
And
This is what made me think of my intro for today, because Shannon, our friend, she loves pickleball.
Oh, she plays.
Mhm.
So lots of people are picking up pickleball. So Crush Yard Pickleball Club, and Restaurant. Sorry, I was trying. That's kind of a. Do you think that's a little tongue
Mouthful.
twister a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that one more again. Crush Yard Pickleball Club and Restaurant is coming. And the
Yeah.
little thing that I saw about it was, I think, Kissimmee, somewhere in Kissimmee. So I'm not sure how deep into Kissimmee it's going to be. But this is like a chain
Oh.
of these. It's not just a single one. And it's backed by NFL stars such as Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, the
can say it.
Gronkowski brothers. Yeah.
Gronk. So there's one in Charleston that's open, and then
Okay.
there's one coming to Nashville and one to Orlando,
Okay.
which is really cool. People love Gronk.
Yes.
Mhm.
People love what?
Gronk.
Is that what we call him?
The football player. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You've seen him in like Tide commercials,
Mhm.
and like he retired from the NFL, I think like maybe 2 years ago, like when Tom Brady left the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And you've
You
seen
know.
him.
Yeah.
He's like,
You recognize him.
he seems like a nice guy, but he's like I'm Gronk. Like he's been hit
Oh yeah,
a
I
number of
recognize
times
him.
in the head.
Yeah, he looks like he's been hit a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe he
okay.
had to have some reconstructive
Yeah.
surgery on his face.
But pickleball is hot. People love pickleball.
Mhm. It picked up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of a sudden. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden. Maybe we should do it. Maybe we should like
I'd be down.
get our own line of pickleball clubs or mittens.
With
Are
my
they
boy
paddles?
Pickles.
Paddles.
Yeah, I told Liz that should be her.
Boys.
Yeah, pickleball with pickles.
Alrighty,
The tagline.
so the next one we have been anticipating for a while now, and it's slightly behind schedule, but on track to open this spring. This is the Cake Bake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers.
Mhm.
This is exciting. It's coming to the boardwalk.
It's a perfect location.
It's
Incredible.
pretty substantial in size as well, because this is where the ESPN Club used to be.
Which I've never been in.
So back in the day, there was ESPN Zone, which was much bigger. And it was kind of like also like a Dave and Buster's almost vibe. But then there was the club, and Disneyland had ESPN Zone at Downtown Disney, and we had ESPN Club at the Boardwalk. And it was definitely a sports bar where there are tons of screens everywhere that you
They
could
had a
watch
great
games.
BLT.
They also had a good ahi
Great.
tuna sandwich
Mm.
that I remembered. So actually, it was kind of a sleeper spot in terms of food. It was decent. But I'm really excited for the Cake Bake Shop. They are going to offer, well, the most likely they're going to offer afternoon tea here because their other two
Yeah.
locations have afternoon tea.
That would be lovely.
Of course,
Yeah, we'll have to showcase that.
the focus here is it is a bake shop because cake and bake is in the name. But they also have full service menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you go to their website and look at the other restaurants, they are lush and luxe. They're very
that.
beautifully done, very southern, kind of southern charm to them, and lots of details. And so I'm excited to see what the inside of our version of this is going to be. And Gwendolyn Rogers, we actually met her early this year at Field to Feast.
We did,
She
yeah.
was there as a guest, Field and Feast, which is an event that goes back to
right.
Second Harvest that really is just mostly Disney restaurants, but she and her team were there as guests, and so we got to meet Gwendolyn there, and she's very sweet, and any moment now I think we'll be getting kind of opening dates for this.
That'd be great.
I think they're putting the final touches on.
It's good to see that space put to use because ESPN has been closed for some time now. So
It has, yeah.
Yep. Was
That's
it closed before the pandemic?
I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so,
I
yeah.
think it might have been.
I think it was like
And then-
2019-ish.
I'm trying to remember if something before the Cake Bake Shop was supposed to go in there before. Like if there was one that was supposed to go in and didn't work out. If you remember, Ample Hills was here.
Oh, yeah, the ice
Oh,
cream.
the ice
lady.
cream.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
they downsized their business and they left.
Was that right next to
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it was next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So next up on our list is
Oh, good.
the Life exhibit at Orlando Science Center. This is a permanent exhibit. It seems like very much a permanent exhibit, the way this is all built into Science Center, Orlando Science Center. So this is a new attraction coming. I'm not sure exactly when, but I think we're approaching because I'm starting to hear a little bit more buzz about this. And it's been on my radar a little bit, and I went to their website today and pulled this graphic. So this is coming, and it's going to walk you through conservation. I think both obviously in the ocean, because you'll see there the blue, and then also the land or the forest. So
What's the one place we went to in Singapore? It was the indoor.
yes.
It gives that vibe.
Yeah,
Remember the
so when you look at other pieces, I only grabbed this concept, but when you look at other concepts, it seems like there will be some, I don't know if it is a conservatory type or greenhouse type thing, but it looks like there might be live plants in here. Liz, are you looking?
I'm looking at the website on my phone.
Yeah. So
it says
doesn't
life
it
is
seem
a
like that?
complete reimagining of our long-standing Nature Works exhibit. So they have a rainforest. There's a ocean gallery with reef fish, sharks, a swamp section featuring an iconic cypress swamp. So it definitely feels like you're immersed in each of those types of categories for
Like the
nature,
different ecosystems.
which is really cool. Yeah. And
Cool.
the Orlando Science Center is amazing. I know a lot of people don't really get the chance to stop over when they are in town for only a short amount of time, but it's a really great museum to stop by, especially with your kids.
I've never been there like as a day guest. We've
Yeah,
only been
for an
there for like
event.
special events. So
I
we
went
should
once for a Star Wars thing that they had, which was really, really
Oh,
cool.
okay, cool. Yeah, we need to get over there just as a guest, and this life exhibit will be the perfect reason to go over there and showcase it. So we'll have to.
Hmm.
Does it say exactly when it's opening yet, or
It doesn't.
no?
It just says spring, which is
Okay.
our
Lots of
theme for
that
the
is
day.
happening a lot around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's opening in the spring. So, alrighty. So next stop is we're headed back over into kind of like Four Corners, Kissimmee, not really Kissimmee, Davenport. Um,
Mhm.
if we're looking at a map of Walt Disney World, it would be to the west of Walt Disney World. And this is the terraces at the Grove. So the Grove Resort has been around for a while, and they are adding on what they're calling like a kind of like a chic hotel, and it's called the Terraces. So I believe, I don't think they're all suites, but you can get suites. I think the starting rate that I saw on a king room was about $200 in June. So not a bad, you're not too far. Your closest park would be Animal Kingdom,
Mhm.
and you would be closest to the 192 kind of corridor of the attractions area. So you're kind of back behind Animal Kingdom. So this is coming. I have never been to the Grove Resort. I know they do have a spa. I think they have a pretty. They're probably one of the first people to have kind of like a water park thing at their resort.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that they were doing something new like this, so I wanted to highlight this, and it's just another option of a place to stay when you come here to Orlando, or a place to do a staycation. I thought this pool looked great. I kind of like how it's in the middle of the, the natural, kind of like forest, because it is. When you drive by it, we have driven by it a few times. You can't see inside to the resort because there's just woods all around it. So it's kind of like a grove.
Yeah. Fancy that.
Fancy that.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the
Pictures
Grove
look
before, Liz?
No,
Okay.
no. But it does look nice, and the water park does look fun. And you get admission to the water park when you stay, which is a great
Oh, at the
amenity.
terraces?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know too much. I haven't been on property.
Yeah.
We'll have to eventually sometime check this out. All right, so now we're going to get into a little bit of Disney stuff. We're going to go into the parks, and then we're going to come back out of the parks. So we're going into the parks, and of course, everyone knows that Tiana's Bayou is coming.
Right around the corner.
They just announced her new character friends, which you'll see up there. In the kind of the left-hand side next to Louis. They have announced some of her new character friends in the attraction. They've been doing ride-throughs with people on the attraction now.
Which is crazy. I feel like I guess they closed it a year ago, right?
It
Like
goes to show
Memorial
you
Day.
that if Disney wants to finish
But-
something, that they will.
Like this is not Tron. I really thought we were gonna
Thank
look at
goodness.
another Tron
Oof.
build.
Well,
Or it was
I
gonna
think
take
that
forever.
probably by the end of May we'll be in previews, is my thought.
Yeah, I was just nervous as to, because you know how many animatronics are in there. If they were like replacing, obviously all of them taking them out, but if they were just spot for spot.
No, I don't
Replacing
think so.
them.
I don't think so. I
They're
think
just
that
getting a
they'll.
reskin.
I
Yeah.
think they'll
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think that they'll maybe. Do you think they'll actually have them in the same location though, or do you think they'll move the animatronics around in different locations in the attraction?
Hopefully so.
I think they probably moved some,
Yeah, I would think so.
but
I think that they
can't wait.
probably
I can't wait.
the way that Splash Mountain was that it was very much an animated film, and I realized that Princess and the Frog is animated as well, but it was a different time in animation, and so I think that there is more detail in Princess and the Frog as a film,
Definitely.
and so I think that there'll be more details and nuances to the setting.
Yeah.
I'm excited because New Orleans is one of my favorite areas in Disneyland, so I'm hoping to get some of those vibes, as well as I love Princess and the Frog. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited
I'm
for
so
the
excited.
animatronics.
And Tiana in her new
I love her new
costume.
adventure outfit.
Mhm.
All right. The next one is Country Bear Jamboree. So it's being reimagined. TJ probably is not very excited about this because he didn't like the OG.
I didn't really care for it.
You didn't like the original?
Loved the original because of the unhinged lyrics that were in it.
That's
the boys
probably
that turned me on, turned me down. Blood
mean,
on
it's
the
funny.
saddle.
Hilarious.
That's funny, but
Oh, good.
it was always the Blood on the Sand song that got me. I was just like,
TJ doesn't like anything.
Saddle.
He doesn't like Toad's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride because you go to hell.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like anything that's he's
I'm
triggered
surprised.
easily.
Yeah,
He's just a good buttoned up Christian boy.
But no, I didn't. I also didn't like in there how on the wall those huge animatronics that were like the wall plaque thingies of the animals.
Yeah,
you
like
you could
the
hear
knees
their
and
eyes
everything.
move. Yeah, you hear it all the time, and I'm just like, okay.
It was old.
Very old.
Same as the Tiki Room. Do you not like the Tiki Room?
I mean, I can tolerate that. We've
'Cause you
only
can
done it a
hear
few
it-
times.
You could hear them clicking away and moving.
They do click away, but the music in there is fun.
All right. Well, the Country Bear. I'll be interested to see what happens here with Country Bear Jamboree. Like if it still has that nostalgic feel, which I'm guessing it will. They're not ditching the animatronics. They're just getting a full like revamp, I would think.
And it's gonna be new music, so
Yes, and new music.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be Disney songs, but
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
it's like
I think
Cowboy Carter, but for Disney. They're
yeah.
taking
Yeah.
these songs and reimagining.
Oh my gosh,
them.
could you imagine? How funny would that be? Now I would be in there every day.
so. The next thing, this will be interesting. This is The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. I'm curious to see how much reimagining happens with this show.
Mhm.
Like, are we getting like, is it going to look like that? Because we had the show before, and I don't hardly remember what the stage and the set looked like before.
I
It
think
looked like that.
Yeah, I think a majority of it was,
I think it looks the same, right?
just like the major songs, like the underwater one, like Part of Your World, that scene. There was Ursula in there, and then just like the ending, from what I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was
pretty
just-
short.
it was the
It's like a
quick
20-minute
hits, but-
show.
Yeah,
I always loved they had a scene with when they did Under the Sea and it was all black.
yeah.
And then
Right.
the performers
We're using
like it was
puppets.
like black light almost with like the
Mm-hmm.
puppets. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
And then like millions of bubbles.
So this is not necessarily new, but it's coming back.
Yeah, I just hope they take songs from the new movie and put those in there
Right.
somehow.
That would be
That
cool.
would be nice.
That
Yeah.
would be really nice.
All right, moving on to our final Disney item here. This is 1900 Park Fair. It is returning. We are very thankful to Disney for inviting us out. So we will be covering the reopening of 1900 Park Fair. So stay tuned for that later this month. So there's controversy here because the characters have drastically changed in the lineup. This was one of the best dining experiences in terms of character dining on property because for dinner it was Cinderella, Prince Charming, Evil Stepmother, and Evil Stepsisters, and it was hilarious to
So
like
much
have the sisters and Evil Stepmother going from table to table and just causing a ruckus. Hilarious.
good.
So fun. Mom is asking where it's at. This is at the Grand Floridian. It is on the first floor of the Grand Floridian, and it's been closed since
It's not where
COVID
they
shut it
did.
down.
It's not where they did afternoon tea, but you said to the right or left of it.
So no, because
It's on the other side.
yeah, afternoon tea sits when you enter from the main entrance of Grand Floridian. Afternoon tea, the tea room, the garden tea room is directly on the opposite side from where
forward,
you enter. 1900 Park Fair, when you enter the Grand for the Porte Cochere, you go directly to the left.
It's like right past the
and
concierge
1900 Park
desk
Fair
or
is-
the
yeah.
Yeah, the concierge desk. You
Oh,
go like
Which
okay.
down
is
a little
technically, I
hallway.
don't think there is. I don't think that desk is there anymore. I think they removed that
It
desk.
might be like vacation planning or something. Yeah.
I think they just put a piano there.
Oh, they did, yeah.
For a while, the band was down there, which I don't
Mm.
even know if they have the band anymore. I don't think so. Anyway, it's reopening. The food also was good for dinner. I'd done breakfast as well, and the breakfast used to be the English characters like Mary Poppins,
Mhm.
I think Alice,
Winnie the
Pooh,
Pooh.
Tigger.
Oh.
It is no longer Mary Poppins theme. Mom just asked, and
That was
so
good timing, Mom.
that's where the controversy comes in of the characters they've selected for this. So we'll see how people react in terms. I don't think people are going to care. It's just character dining, and they'll book the character dining.
Some are even gonna think it's new, so.
But we are going to go and experience it and let you know what
be
we
fun.
think of the full experience. And they are refurbishing. It's going to be
okay.
refreshed
Mm,
because
the
all of the
inside.
all the Grand is refreshed now.
Where do we-
It's
Citricos.
exciting.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Citricos is beautiful.
Hmm.
They really could do what they should do. Is if they don't want to reopen the Garden Tea Room or the Garden View Tea Room, they should do an afternoon tea
Up there.
for lunch at
Citricos,
Citricos
yeah.
because it's fully redone. That's what they should do.
It's the Mary Poppins theme, yeah.
But Grand Floridian 100% needs to bring afternoon tea back. So
I know.
Disney, we know you're listening, so please do
Please,
it.
sir, help us.
Please. All right, we're moving on from Disney, and we are continuing over at SeaWorld. I'm actually kind of a little bit excited about this one because we've seen the roller coaster going up, and the area here is being rejuvenated, and there's going to be new food options.
And they're putting the penguins back over
They're
there,
putting the
correct?
penguins over there, and this is in their penguin habitat where it used to be was so cold and you could walk in and get relatively close to the penguins.
I
So
remember that, yeah.
this is a family coaster,
Supposedly.
but it looks
Well,
That looks
intense.
pretty real to me.
it looks real. It looks real, and there's two
I was gonna say there's a few
launches.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go upside down, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
It's gonna pack a little punch.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, whenever you
Yeah.
see a car shaped like that, like that's
It's gonna get
a
real.
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. But look
not
at the
like
very
Twilight.
back. At the very back of that girl in the pink, she looks very small. She looks like a
Tiny.
small little girl.
Mm.
Anyway, we're moving on.
When does this open?
Spring. Spring.
Mm.
We are currently in spring, and we've been in spring for a few weeks now. So, spring.
It reminds me, if you remember, did you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta at all?
I know the highlights.
So of the earlier seasons, there's one where they ask one of them, She by Sheree, one of the clothing lines. They're like, so when's it coming out? Joggers. And instead of the date, she just says joggers. But it's supposed to come out spring. And they're all like, no, he's asking when it comes out. That's what that always reminds me of.
That's
So whenever
funny.
it's spring, in my head, I'm like, joggers.
Joggers.
Shanae's line for me is, "Who gonna check me, boo?"
Yep.
That's the best. Sheree?
No, that's Nene.
No, that's not Nene. Nene does not say who's gonna check me, boo. That's
Oh,
See,
no,
I
you're
thought
right.
you
It
said
is.
Shanae,
It
like
is.
my friend Shanae told you that, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
listen. When,
You
when I
should,
lived
yeah.
when I lived in Oklahoma, the only thing that was on probably ever was Bravo, and I watched
Oh.
all the Bravo. And those were the early years of Atlanta. All right. Moving on from SeaWorld to Universal. This one I'm curious to
great.
see because I feel like I don't really know much about this, but I know what Universal is doing across the street in Epic Universe. So what is this going to look like? How immersive is this going to be? I think these characters need a home within Universal. So I'm glad they're getting a home. Like Shrek, I think Shrek is getting his house there. Like you're gonna be able
Oh,
to
is he
go
gonna be able
into
to
the
walk through the
swamp.
swamp? Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Because
swamp.
before it was a lot of like outdated movies and books that were referenced back there. Like
yeah,
Curious George
yeah,
was back there, and you
Bible.
ask, yeah, exactly, yeah, you ask a kid today, they're like,
yeah.
"Who's
Fievel
that?"
Goes West.
Hmm.
Mom is here. That might bring back some memories.
We had
I,
that on VHS.
I don't think we own that, but we rented it. I
Wow.
think we used to rent it.
Hmm.
And then like I kind of forgot about Kung Fu Panda, but then when we were at Universal in Singapore, he was
Everywhere, yeah.
doing meet and
Yeah.
greets there, and so I was like, oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda. And then he had a movie that just came out.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
and then
there's
the trolls are going to be back there too,
Hmm. Which those movies still do well.
which I've never seen one.
I think the first two are really good. I haven't seen any ones past that.
I've just seen the first one.
That's good.
I don't know when
They
this
didn't
is
get rid of
opening.
SpongeBob though, right? The SpongeBob house to the side
No.
with
That's still
the
there.
store,
Yeah, it's
Because
still there.
yeah,
and
because
then
that's
ET
outside of
is
that.
still there. Yeah.
Hmm.
SpongeBob only has a store. Yeah.
He has a like little meet and greet spot in there. I think it's Squidward
Yeah.
though. It might
But
be
he
SpongeBob.
You
doesn't
can
have
go
an
in the house.
attraction.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
you can go in the house. You can go in the
Yeah, no
pineapple.
attraction.
Hmm.
There are 4 Kung Fu Panda movies, which I think I've only seen
No.
the first one.
Oh, I wonder. Maybe your niece and nephew are fans. We'll have to ask them if they're any good.
Yeah.
All right, so
This is
a
exciting.
couple of years ago, was it the beginning of last year? I think I did a content on this saying that I think it's technically Primark.
Hmm.
You said Primark in the video though, which is what we
People-
call it in Philadelphia. We
people
call it
came for me.
Primark.
Listen,
Gee.
everyone pronounces it differently, but I think technically it's Primark. So Primark is really finally coming to Orlando, to the Florida Mall, and they have it. Primark has the Orlando location listed on their website. So
Amazing.
that means it has to be coming, right?
Mhm.
Spring 24, baby.
We've been waiting for a while. If you're not familiar, Primark is kind of like, I don't know, the Old Navy / Forever 21 of the UK.
Like original H&M, like
Yeah,
Mhm.
stylish, inexpensive clothes.
it's a very affordable
Homewares.
clothing. And yeah, there's a little bit of home stuff.
So when's this opening?
I
There's
love it.
Disney branded stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah,
don't
they
know
have
when it's
the
opening, but
copyrights
it's on the
to it.
website.
I thought you were gonna say spring again.
But maybe it's spring. Who knows?
And you know what they have
Oh,
in
we
there?
don't know that it's spring. I just
No, but you know what they have in there? Joggers.
They do have joggers.
They do have joggers.
I just wanted
They
to
have
put that
very
in there.
comfy travel leisure wear.
They do,
Very
yeah.
comfy.
All right, so the next one I just learned about today. This is Senso Beach Club, and it is going to be a spot for day parties in Orlando. I'm sure there's going to be night parties there as well.
Hmm.
But not only that, I'm going to go ahead. We have a little video because the social media account, they already have a social media account. I tagged them in my little promo today for the show tonight. And they actually responded right away. And so they sent me over a video because their website is very limited. They're being kind of discreet right now,
yeah.
which I understand because they're still building, but the walls are up, y'all. Like, this is happening.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to probably mute this while we talk about this. So this is Senso Beach Club. I'm going to pull up what they've told me. They sent me a few things about it. This is going to be in the iDrive area. It's going to be on International and the corner of Central Florida Parkway. So kind of by SeaWorld, right across the street from SeaWorld.
Oh, okay.
It is a $22 million project. There are going to be
100 CPs every night. No, I'm just kidding.
there is going to be a full restaurant, 2 rooftops, 2 pools. They said cabanas and cabanas. So lots of cabanas, which you can
Yeah.
kind of see there's cabanas.
Mhm.
And there's going to also be a private pool. So Oh, I think what they meant is cabanas and then cabanas with a private pool. So there'll be some
Oh.
cabanas that you will have a private pool attached to it. It's 21 and up venue, so adults only, which, you know, when we're in the attractions area, there's just sometimes when we want adults only.
So thank you.
3.4 acres is the size of the complex. So it's kind of like a walled-in complex where you kind of like leave the outside world behind, right?
Mhm.
And you have this kind of Vegas style pool party spot, which if you're familiar with Vegas pool parties, it is 100% a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it will be really interesting to see how this translates into Central Florida. I think there's definitely a market for this.
Oh yeah.
I think the
I would
key
go.
here is keeping it
Clean.
upscale and clean. So let's see.
Yeah.
So Senso downtown. So that's interesting. So I don't even know I didn't know that Senso was something in Orlando at all. I had no idea. So very curious to see this completed. And I think the key here will be everything will have to be on point. The food will have to be on point. The DJ and entertainment will have to be on point as well. Ania said that it was a small club on Orange. Okay, cool. That was either before my time, after my time, or it just wasn't on my radar back in my day. But I think this is a cool concept. I'm going to be doing content on this soon because this is the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So,
this will be good.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Senso Supper Club, maybe? Is that what it was? It's located in the spot formerly. Oh, this website's from 2010.
Well, I mean.
Well, it's 12 years ago. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you. Yes, Ania is saying yes. So thank you so much to the team, whoever's on their social media account. It's great that you responded so quickly. I appreciate that. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And we will be. I just hit the follow button on them today, so we'll be following along. I mean, if you go to their Instagram account for Senso Beach Club, they show construction and there are definitely walls up. Like, this is happening. It's I mean, it's definitely happening. So, and that's kind of like, I wasn't sure, and that's why in my Instagram story I was like, we might be getting it, because at that point I still didn't know if this was actually, because I hadn't looked up their Instagram yet. I just tagged them literally while I was posting the story, but it's actually happening. So, and I like the concept art. So.
Oh yeah, it was downtown at Pine and Orange.
Okay. All right. So we're moving on. Okay, there's 2 accounts, and make sure you follow the right one. All right. So I'm guessing Nate is maybe who I was talking to tonight. So, all right. So let's move on to the next. The last thing that, well, there's technically one thing that's not parks, but last kind of for sure thing that's happening this year. And I think that it might have said spring, maybe it's summer, but this is Shaq's restaurant. Why are you laughing at Shaq like that?
That image. Why did you put that image in there? Like,
because it was on something, and so I was like, let me get this thing of Shaq. This is Shaq. What's wrong with Shaq?
Nothing is wrong with Shaq.
You know what?
He's making bank. So.
Shaq is making so much money. Let me tell you.
Well, I closed my show notes, so I didn't know what was coming up next. And then
well, bam, it's Shaq.
From his restaurants to the General, he's making money.
Yeah, he is.
He has a lot of these restaurants, which I was surprised. They're like in a lot of states.
These better be big sandwiches.
This is called Big Chicken.
Watch it like little tiny.
Hopefully, unlike Guy Fieri, he can pay his bills, because Guy Fieri can't pay his bills on Chicken Guy in Winter Park. He owes a bunch of money, so I am sure that
even
Shaq
after
will be
he eliminated half of his sauces. I know the internet was
right. How do you eliminate the thing that you're known for? My mom says another chicken place. Yeah, another chicken place. So, I mean, there's not much to say here. It's Shack and it's chicken.
Have you been to
Where's
one
it
before?
coming to?
No. I have no idea. Don't know. It's
They haven't announced
somewhere
it yet,
somewhere
or
on
Look it up.
Michigan. Somewhere on Michigan. I know it's going to be on Michigan. That's all I retained.
Shack's Chicken.
And I know it's not like opening tomorrow, so
it's gonna be a minute.
in the summer, I think.
Oh yeah, 250 East Michigan Street.
There you go. See, I remembered something.
Wow, he has a lot of locations.
I told you.
There's ones in Pennsylvania.
Is there one
There's one
in
at
Philly?
Matt's job at the Comcast Center.
Oh
Well, then there, Matt can
there
go
we go.
tomorrow. Can you get some content for me?
And in the Poconos. Yeah, I'll send Matt on a quest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
we need that footage. Thank you.
Did you know that there's a Shaquille O'Neal Chicken Shack in Comcast Center? He started to answer me and then he gave up. Okay, anyway, that's exciting.
All
Maybe I'll
right.
go puff it tonight.
Well, and Shaq is kind of like he's like very Orlando. He's not an Orlando native, but he's very much within our culture here.
There's a house here, right?
He used to have a house here.
Oh.
So and he played on the Magic, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
He did
Good
play on
answer,
the
good
Magic?
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He must have been young then.
I have seen Shaq when I worked at Disney. We saw him backstage.
I've seen him at Disney before.
Yeah. He used to bring the kids a lot. All right, so this is TJ's
Yay!
thing because I told TJ you do the research
Because
this is Horror Nights.
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. So Halloween Horror Nights, it's such a vibe. It's so fun. So I'll preface this by saying none of these are set in stone. These are all speculations made by fans. But there have been some of the what's the word I'm looking for?
Easter eggs? Slips?
Kind of, sort of. Some of those have been out by some of the makers of some of the houses, but again, nothing set in stone. So I'm going to go counterclockwise, and I'll start with the one on the left that kind of looks like a Cadillac sign. And so the ones with the big boxes, those are the speculated houses. And so the one with the Cadillac, that's supposed to be for the movie Ghostbusters, because they've come out with some of the movies recently, and some are speculating that this will be either one of the latest one or a mix of like the first two. So that'll be interesting. Did you ever watch Ghostbusters growing up?
The original ones.
I didn't. So I've seen it, and I've seen some pieces of the newer ones.
Only on TV. We didn't own it.
Yeah, we didn't own it either.
It's a good Saturday afternoon movie.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Like feeling lazy.
Mm-hmm. And so the one below that, the skull with the fangs, that is speculated to be Dracula. He'll have his own house, which was pretty cool because last year in the merch shop, they had a lot of well, I won't say a lot because I wanted one and then it was sold out. They had Dracula like jerseys, which was really cool. And
Fun.
I didn't get to get one. So, but yes, that is that supposed house. And then the one below that is South America. And that is supposed to be either, a mix of possibly monsters of Latin America, the Chupacabra, or La Llorona. Which that movie, I didn't really care for that movie, but it is a great story. Like if you know the history behind it, it's very good. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. And then going to the next one, the moon logo, that is supposed to be, I thought this one was pretty interesting. It's supposed to be Nightmare on Elm Street because it's the 40th anniversary. So it's kind of like perfect timing for it. Which I watched the first one, and then I kind of watched some of the other ones, but the first one's so good. You can pay attention?
I'm paying attention.
Who's the man or beast next? Sprung one? What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the lettering is, but that one is supposed to be a minotaur. And so
Oh,
that one is rumored to be of a Greek mythology theme,
that would be cool.
and it's supposed to kind of pay homage to Poseidon's Fury because that recently
Oh,
closed. And so there might be some ties of that thrown in there. And so the next one next to that is supposed to be an unknown, which is original, but we don't know anything about that one yet. And so if you go up to that one, the one with the mute logo, that could be one of two things. So that's either supposed to be A Quiet Place or
mhm.
Silent Hill, which I kind of prefer it to be A Quiet Place because that one was such a good movie. And they're coming out with a new one with how do you pronounce her name? Lupita.
Lupita Longo.
Yes, she's supposed to be in
It'll
that.
be the third one.
Correct. The second one came out
Mm.
like almost like not even a year after
Last year, yeah.
the first one, but they're both
Yeah.
so good. And this one, it's gonna be really good. This new one, and then the one next to that is supposed to be an unknown IP. We don't know anything about that. And then the next one next to that, the Lollipop logo, that is supposedly supposed to be people. So this one, I looked on Reddit. I did some research on there, and people have found permits on this one. It's supposed to be dessert themed, so maybe like a Candyland Nightmare or like Major Sweets. It's
Hmm.
supposed to be the theme of this one.
Diabetes.
Something like that. I imagine they might throw a clown in there somewhere. Somebody in there that's big.
Candyland would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Like a
cool.
haunted Candyland, that would be really
Better
cool.
than that, the first year that we went and the Bugs one. I was like, ugh, this is so unoriginal.
I
Bugs.
hate bugs, but I actually kind of enjoyed that one.
I didn't go through it.
Because they kind of, I don't know, you should have. It wasn't that bad. There was one part where it kind of got me because you walk through. That's with horror houses. You walk through a lot of like webbed dividers, and you have to touch stuff. And so I walked through one where it was like supposed to feel like cockroaches, and you like push them to the side, and then once you got into the room, it was a long hallway, and it had a bunch of those little dividers that you push through, and it had strobe lights to make it look like they were moving.
Nope.
But once you finally got through that long hallway, you open it and there's like a huge, like larger than life bug that you had to walk under.
The worst thing about the houses is the stupid hanging stuff when they have stuff hanging.
Because you have to push it out of the way.
It's a million people have touched that stuff.
And then there's there was one, I think it was the Monsters house, where it was a scene where there was like water spraying. And so those were wet.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to touch them and they were cloth.
Oh.
So you just felt it. And I was like, is this
Gross.
like the water or people's sweat?
Right, both.
So it was gross.
It was both.
Yeah, see, and you know what? Every year we're gonna have this conversation. Like, oh, Liz, you got to come down for
It's
horror
so
night.
But you're gonna
Liz,
do
you
it.
got-
And you're
you
gonna
gotta
do
try
it this
So
year.
much fun.
You're
None
gonna
of this
love it.
sounds appealing to me.
It's great.
But it's such a
It's
vibe.
the
You're
best
gonna do it.
thing. You know, I myself
vibe.
had to ease into this stuff, and it's just something so good about it. It's
Part of my ignorance, though, are there
the
always this many
energy.
houses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that over the years they've added, but now we're sitting at 10. I think there's 10
10.
houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It
I
is an
don't know, I
operation.
feel like last year
Yeah.
there was only like 6 or 7, or
No,
maybe
10.
we only talked about 6 or 7 of them.
For the past few years,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
wow, we've talked about all of them. But yeah, for the past year or two, there have been 10. I do recall that there's been less than that in the past years. But yeah, they're just gonna
I
keep
thought it
adding
was
more.
like 5 houses and then like the scare zones.
Maybe in its early years.
Oh.
All right, what's the last one?
So that last one, that black and white skull, the top left corner, that is supposed to be. So the story behind this one is that there was a sticker in the tribute store, and it was like a certified fan skull. I had to look on Reddit. They didn't dive too deep into that one, but it's very similar to the one that's pictured there. And so people are speculating that maybe this could be a black and white house or a comic book house. But the comic book house would be very similar to the tribute store that was there last year.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
That would be cool. That is a cool concept.
So yeah,
Or the black and white concept. I kind of like that black and white. Yeah.
and then the orange spaces in there, those are supposed to be the scare zones. We haven't heard anything on that yet. And then supposedly the 2 purple ones, those are the stage shows. Which the fire one is. What's the name of that show?
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of it.
Everyone loves that show.
I don't know why, but yeah. So there's that one, and then the purple one at the bottom. That is supposed to kind of be like the White Castle logo. So it's supposed to be kind of like a Harold and Kumar type show. So we'll see.
This is the first time they've had 2 shows like that, though.
Correct. Yeah. So this will be the first year that they possibly have 2 shows. But all of this, again, is speculation, so nothing's set in stone. But I'm super excited. Which they're supposed to be making an announcement like either this month or next month.
I think they'll have the first sneak peek in April, the end of April.
But
I
I'm ready.
hope so.
Yeah. So another thing that we're
Hi,
ready
Mike.
for is we're putting on this list, but 2024, it does not look like this is happening in 2024.
Because
Well,
they haven't even broken ground yet.
Yeah, there's no dirt moving yet. So this is Area 15. Area 15 concept comes from Las Vegas, and this is in Las Vegas where Meow Wolf is. So if we do not get a Meow Wolf in this Area 15, I'm going to be very disappointed
Yeah.
and irritated.
I'm gonna be mad.
It would fit so well.
Yeah, we need a Meow Wolf here. We've been saying that for a while. When they shut down the Holy Land, I was like,
Yeah,
Meow Wolf should go into Holy Land.
Yeah, we
Go
kept saying
right
that was the
in,
perfect spot for it. Yeah.
But this area, though, my thought about this is that once Area 15 goes in, it's going to be
So busy.
congested
Because
this
it's
area.
right next to a huge mall. A huge outlet mall.
I don't know if
Aren't
the
you glad
roads
you
are
don't
gonna
live there
support
anymore?
it.
Yeah, we used to live literally right behind
I
that mall.
don't know about that list.
We do miss the
I miss
location.
But it is going to bring more traffic to this area. But
For sure.
But so we are continue to pray and have good thoughts for Area 15, and that it will come, and that we will get a Meow Wolf.
Because the area next to that, they don't have that many like huge roads. So that's another reason.
They are getting the entrance.
No, you
to
know what? That's
I-4.
right. So yeah, right off the highway, like right in front of it, they're doing a lot.
That's
of
what they might
construction.
be waiting for.
Yeah,
Is
the accessibility to get into
once
it.
they know when I-4, and maybe they'll line up so that they're opened up after I-4 exit is established, because that should be, I would say by the end of this year, that I-4 exit should be done. So
Yeah.
I-4 is never truly finished, so unfortunately.
that is our list. There's a lot more outside of this list, like restaurants and bars and lounges. There's quite a bit that's still going to be popping up in 2024 in Orlando, and maybe we'll cover some of that later this year. But 2024 is still, I mean, pretty good year for things coming up and about in Orlando, and there's always stuff opening in Orlando. So
Especially with food too. Like there's always
yes,
something new with
there's
food
always
here.
good food stuff happening. So happy birthday, TJ.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you guys. Thank you everyone for coming in and participating and saying hello. Make sure if you are watching after or you have a question for us, put it in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification.
Smash
And if
it.
you need help planning your next trip, you can reach out to us. And either TJ or Liz will be able to help you. And because we're going to get TJ working on booking travel now too.
I'm so excited for you, TJ.
Yeah, I'll be able to
So
help.
we are going to, be working a little bit more on getting you guys booked on travel. So stay tuned for more updates on that. And I don't know what else to say.
Are we
hey,
announcing
Mike.
the Patreon winner this week?
Sometime this week we will announce the Patreon winner. I have to draw the winner and make sure that I have all that in order. If you're not on our Patreon, please join our Patreon. When you're a member, you get automatically entered for our giveaways. If you are not a paying member, then you have to manually enter. And let's see, anything else? No?
No,
Do we have
I think
anything
that's
coming
it.
up this week that's noteworthy or next week? I don't think so.
This week is kind of, besides your birthday,
Yeah.
there's not really too much.
And I'll be down in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Liz will be
Yeah.
here.
With our friend
Hurrah.
Chelsea.
Down for a
Mhm.
party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We'll
All right,
still be
guys.
celebrating my birthday then.
And my birthday.
Yeah, Brian
Yeah.
and TJ. It's a boy's birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be
All
good.
right, everyone. Well, until next time, we'll see you guys real soon.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.